Super late models are on track here at 417 Southern Speedway. We are live here on Sunshine State Racing for the first of our twin 50 lap features here for the super late models as they are pacing behind the pace car. Jennifer, we are all set and ready to go. We got fans chiming in right now on Facebook. Who do they think is going to take this first 50 lap feature here tonight?
I asked. Miss Judy Carbone, of course, is cheering on Jesse Dutilli. Wayne Anderson and Ricky Anderson, Bradley Solano's pick. 86 and 84, 30 of Dutilli from Tim Johnston. Rooting for Patrick Starpoli from Dana Barlow. 28 all the way, go Dylan Bigley. 64 McCoy Racing, Patrick Starpoli, winner, chicken dinner. Nutley, Michael Goddard. Boris, we got a pick for Boris.
We got a lot of people chiming in, and we've got a great field of super late models here ready to go. Just around 20. We had over 20 cars signed in the pits. A couple of cars had some issues earlier in practice. It looks like we may have lost one or two of them. But earlier on in practice, the doctor, he checked in, and Dr. Patrick Starapoli with the fast time and almost broke the track record here tonight at 417 Southern Speedway. You also had Michael Goddard not far off of him as well. You had Michael Atwell qualify third fastest. Jesse Dutilli was fourth quick, and fifth fastest was the 84 Wayne Anderson. But the 9 pill was what was drawn, so a big invert here tonight. So starting on the front row, you're going to have the Prestige teammates, Jason Lester in the 1J, Jordan Richardson in the 61. Then you're going to have the 53 of Boris Jurkovic in the number 53 starting third. You'll have Dylan Bigley rolling off fourth. Wayne Anderson will start fifth. Jesse Dutilli sixth. Michael Atwell will start seventh. Michael Goddard rolls off eighth. Dr. Patrick Starapoli in the number 64. He'll start ninth. Steve Dorr just missed out on the invert. He's going to start from the 10th spot as the field is getting ready to get the one-to-go signal. We are just about set and ready to go.
There is nothing better than all these late models fired up. You can hear it. You can see the fans so excited to watch this 50 laps, and we still have 50 to go.
A lot of young drivers here to keep an eye on. The 27 of Cody Crucker. You're also going to have the number 77 of Noah Kornman and the 21 of Brandon Anderson as we are set and ready to go. Super late model racing here here with Sunshine State Racing. The green flag is out, and Jason Lester and his teammate, the 61 of Jordan Richardson, lead them down into turns 1 and 2 and now into turns 3 and 4. Lester looking for the advantage on the bottom of the racetrack. The 1J, Jason Lester to the race lead early on here at 417. Boris Jurkovic there, the number 53 car. Driver making his home now down here in the state of Florida. Former Winchester 400 winner. As we've got cars problems there in turn number 3. Looks as though the 15 car of Sean LeMaster parked up there on the outside of the wall, and another one down in turn number 2. That looks like to be the number 18 car of Stephen King. So King around in 2, LeMaster over in turn number 3. So action all over the racetrack as we've got the SRQ Taxes caution, our first one of the super late model feature. There you see the 15 of LeMaster getting back up to speed. That didn't take very long, Jennifer.
It sure didn't, and I'm sure these boys are ready for some long green flag runs. But about that 15, LeMaster Insurance, long-time supporters of Sunshine State Racing, appreciate them so much for all they do for us.
Yeah, they'll be a big partner with us on our weekly recap show. Don't forget to tune in this Monday night at 8 p.m. live on Facebook for our weekly recap show. Appreciate everybody helping out with us there. And, we mentioned there, you got some pretty heavy hitters in this field there. Mentioned Boris Jurkovic making the trip down here. He lives down here in Florida part-time throughout the year now. Still goes back and forth through Chicago part of the year. But how cool is it to have a former All-American 400 winner and a former Winchester 400 winner in the field here tonight, competing, alongside the legend, the 84 there, Wayne Anderson, a guy that's been to victory lane in the Florida Governor's Cup several times, as well as a Snowball Derby champion as well. But we're ready to get going back to green. Quickly, they head into the Black Sails Racing restart zone, and it'll be Jason Lester bringing the field back to the green. Lester able to get clear. Now it's going to be Dylan Bigley, third-generation driver on the inside. Driver out of Naples, Florida. Gets to the inside, is going to get by Richardson. Now Anderson in the 84 looking to try to get to the inside. Anderson in the black, white, and orange number 84 colored car to the inside of the 61 of Richardson. He's going to bring another Naples driver along with him there. There you got Michael Atwell leaning on the 61 of Richardson ever so slightly. Richardson has to shift up the racetrack, and that's going to open the door for the doctor. The doctor is in. Patrick Staropoli is on the move, and he's bringing the 53 of Jurkovic along with him as well. Battle now for the race lead as Dylan Bigley continues to close in on the number 1J, Jason Lester. Lester has been quite the story so far here in 2021. A driver that has worked his way up from mod minis into pro trucks, had some success in the sportsman division, and has quickly jumped up into the super late model ranks and had some great drives with Anthony Sergi and his team. Now getting an opportunity to work with a legend in Jimmy Cope. And Jason, so far so good out front here, leading laps early on here at 417 Southern Speedway. And he's keeping the driver, Dylan Bigley, who knows definitely how to get around 417 Southern Speedway, currently running in second. And the legend, Wayne Anderson, right behind him. You know, we mentioned Anderson, 21 wins in the NASCAR Southeast Tour. Champion of that division back in 1999 and 2001. Three-time Florida Governor's Cup champion back in 99, 03, and 08. And a Snowball Derby champion back in 2001. Wayne Anderson, no stranger to victory lane, not only here in the state of Florida, but can get it done all over the Southeast and all over the country. Got Michael Atwell back behind him in the 51. Atwell won a $10,000 to win race earlier this year up at Showtime Speedway. Settling in a nice groove early on. There you see the fast qualifier. Patrick Staropoli in the number 64 car, currently running in fifth. They work around the lap car, the number 39 of Mark Kemick. Lester's trying to not burn up the tires too early, setting a good pace so far. About a 2-car length advantage over the 28 of Bigley. Wayne Anderson there, the number 3 car, or the third place car rather, right in front of the 51 of Michael Atwell. That's your third and fourth place battle as Atwell gets that front bumper right up behind the number 84 of Anderson. Running a little bit, and we've got a car stopped on the racetrack over there in turn number 4, the number 18 car. Stephen King once again is coming out. So we are going to have our second SRQ taxes caution of our 50-lap super late model race there as King continues to roll there. Finally got it refired again. They had just issued the black flag for the 39 of Mark Kemick. Don't believe he was keeping up with race pace like they wanted to. So we'll get ready to check things out here. Looks like the 18 is going to head back to the pit area. So the HTO replay center, we'll just see there. Nothing a whole lot going on there. Looks like the 18, he had a problem and just parked it up there outside the racing groove, but that definitely warranted a caution as he's already taken the 18 car back behind the wall. But a great start. If you're Jason Lester, you got to be really happy with the start of this race so far. Dylan Bigley there in second. Third is the 84 of Wayne Anderson. Michael Atwell running in fourth. Patrick Staropoli is fifth. Boris Jurkovic in the number 53 car runs in sixth. Michael Goddard in the 37 runs in seventh. Jordan Richardson, the 61, runs in eighth. Cody Crucker in the number 27 car on the move, former Pro Truck champion here at 417, moving up into the super late model ranks. He runs in ninth. Jesse Dutilli in the number 30 car, currently in 10th. John Nutley, the number 96 car, currently running in the 11th spot. And John, another one of the drivers that raced up in the Midwest most of his career, but has relocated to Florida in his later years and now calls 417 Southern Speedway his home track. He's got Steve Dorr right behind him. Dorr, no stranger to racing up there in the Midwest as well. Brian Dorr in the number 1 car runs 13th. Noah Kornman making a super late model start here tonight. Saw him earlier in the Legends division as well. Brandon Anderson running in 15th in the 21 car. You got Sean Lemaster running in 16th. And then issues there for the 18 there of Stephen King. David King in the number 22 car. And then you got David Weaver in the number 11 car who's rounding out our field. So a couple of cars have already taken their cars back behind the wall so far. But still just 12 laps completed in this one. Still 38 laps to go in our first of 2 50-lap super late model features. Just an absolutely beautiful night for racing here in Punta Gorda, Florida. 417 Southern Speedway. If you're heading down or heading up I-75, it's the Jones Loop exit 161, Punta Gorda, Florida, south of the Sarasota, Tampa Bay area, and north of the Fort Myers area. Punta Gorda, like right smack dab in the middle, just to the south of Charlotte Harbor. So if you want to make your plans to come down here and check out a race at 417 Southern Speedway, great venue. They've got seating all along the hillside in turn 3 and 4, so you can bring your lawn chair and park it out there. And you see everybody kind of grouped up over there through the corner, and then plenty of grandstand seating. Even have a family section down here as you head down there to turns 1 and 2. They have a smoking and alcohol-free zone, so if you want to bring the family out, Joe and Janet Gentry do a great job here at 417 Southern Speedway, and one of the premier tracks here in the state of Florida, and they've got a great show here for you tonight, and we're ready to go back green as Jason Lester heads once again to the Black Sails Racing restart zone. He'll have Dylan Bigley to his outside as we are back green here with 38 laps to go. Jason Lester on the inside. Wheel to wheel with Bigley for the race lead. Bigley not giving an inch as Lester can't quite clear him just yet. Dylan Bigley very close that time of the line. They're going to say Bigley by a nose. Lester trying to hold on the bottom of the racetrack, but it's the third-generation driver from Naples, Florida, Dylan Bigley, trying to get the race lead behind him. Contact! Wayne Anderson in the 51 making contact. There comes Steve Dorr. Steve Dorr involved as well as Anderson made contact with the 51 of Atwell. Anderson went up and over the front nose of the 51 machine of Atwell, and nowhere to go for Steve Dorr as he caves in the front nose of that Ford Mustang number 10 car, and the SRQ Taxes caution is out and in a big way. Here at the HTO Replay Center, we were watching it live. Watch the 84 of Anderson. He's going to get loose here coming into 3 and 4. He's going to go right up into the side of the 51 of Atwell and up and over the nose while the 58 or the 51 went around. And here comes the 10 of Steve Dorr. Just locks the brakes up, can't get it woed up, and right into the driver's side of the 51 of Michael Atwell goes the number 10 of Steve Dorr. We'll check another angle here. Watch it here as they're coming out of turn number 4 here. You're going to see the field coming in on the top of your screen, and watch the mayhem ensue. Tough break for Atwell. Not only damage to the front of that race car, but driver's side as well, as Dorr's going to have quite a bit of damage to try to fix up as well. Anderson looks like he might have gotten out of this the best, but looks like he's staying on track for the time being. But we'll see if the 84 of Anderson is going to have to take the car back behind the wall, or if he's going to be able to maintain his position on the track.
Tough night for Michael Atwell. He had a really fast car, but how about our drivers that missed that accident?
We talked about it earlier, you know, just such a chain reaction event, especially when it happens right there at the front of the field on a restart. Everybody's in such close proximity to everybody. Again, the HTO Replay Center. You see it again. The 84, he bobbles, tries to gather it back up, and right into the 51 he goes, and up and over the nose. So again, Anderson looks like maybe just some minimal right front damage to that car. If anything, it's maybe on the underside of the race car that they should be worried about. But the 10 of Dorr You could see the brakes locking up before he even got there and just could not get woed up in time. And Dorr makes hard contact into the driver's side door of the 51 of Michael Atwell. Boris Jurkovic as well, the 53, he had to take evasive actions. He's very lucky because I thought the 10 of Dorr might have been headed right for the back of his car, but Boris does a nice job, gets up and out of harm's way, and is going to continue on. He does look to have a little bit of damage to the left front of his car, but overall, I think Boris should be able to continue on in this one.
Michael Atwell definitely got the worst end of that deal, and huge disappointment for him. I know he had a pretty decent run at Showtime not long ago.
Yeah, we'll see the 53 of Jurkovic. There you see the front side there doesn't look too bad. Looks like Boris made it out of that one pretty good. Just a little bit of cosmetic damage maybe there on the left front. You see the left front there where that American Racer logo should be. Looks like that got rubbed off just a little bit. But Boris very, very fortunate to get through that one as they've got, looks like plenty of fluid put down there. That could have been not only from the 51 of Atwell, but possibly from the front end of the number 10 of Steve Dorr as well, caving that radiator in. So we'll see if both of those cars, we'll see if it's going to be the end of the night for either one of them, or if, you do have an opportunity, if you do want to try to get the car fixed, maybe coming back out for that second 50-lap feature. They are two separate races, but we'll have to wait and see what's going to happen there as we work our SRQ Taxes caution.
Little highlight of the night, our Lightning lost tonight, Brandon and Jake.
Who'd we play?
We played the Hurricanes.
Oh, gosh.
Right? How about SRQ Tax Caution? They're getting a lot of showtime tonight.
Yeah, they're getting a lot of love, and it is tax season. April 15th is getting closer. I know they're extending the taxes for some people, but if you're definitely thinking about getting your taxes done here, or if you haven't gotten them done yet, give our friends at SRQ Taxes a call, and they will get you taken care of.
And make sure to go like their Facebook page as well. All of our broadcast sponsors, our partners, just go like their page. Let them know we appreciate them.
And how about our new sponsor, Danos Seasoning, coming on board? I went and checked their website out. It's all natural, it's low sodium, and mine should be getting here pretty soon. I don't know if I'm going to have it ready to throw on the barbecue or throw on the smoker quite yet tomorrow, but I'm hoping to have it here by this week. Go check out their website, and if you're purchasing, be sure to use the promo code SSR, Sunshine State Racing, SSR, just do SSR. You're going to get 10% off, and let them know that that's going to let them know that they heard about it here through Sunshine State Racing. They got more than just seasoning on there. They've got a bundle pack on there that if you're looking to get together like a good, if you've got somebody who's got a birthday coming up, or you got Mother's Day or Father's Day coming up, that bundle, it's got a really cool apron in it. It's got a hat. It's got they've got the seasonings not only in the 7-ounce bottles, but they've got the 20-ounce bottles as well. They've got the spicy or the original there. Got two different flavors. You want to try it out. I'm looking forward to busting the smoker out here in a week or two and getting some of that Danos seasoning put on there. It's all natural, low sodium, which is huge, because I know a lot of people, sugar-free as well. Everybody's trying to watch their weight here. Let's just say the Super Bowl was a little rough on some people this year. We had a little bit of celebrating to do down here on the west coast of Florida, and Danos seasoning, I think, is definitely going to help us out.
It was really rough on Patriots fans.
Yeah, very rough on Patriots fans, as Jason Beckner points out. Rough on a lot of fans, and the whole team's coming back.
Right?
First time, 22 starters, all coming back. Get ready, NFL. Tampa Bay, baby.
All of us up here in the booth are huge Tampa Bay Lightning fans as well. So Robert Howes down in the infield commenting, can Dylan Bigley hold on for his third win in a row? How
cool would that be? Dylan, this is his home track. He runs here more than any other track in the state of Florida. He's definitely got this place figured out. We mentioned he's a third-generation driver. His dad, Billy Bigley Jr., an incredibly talented racer that won all over the Southeast and all over the country. We're really excited. Later in the year, we're going to have another running of the Bill Bigley Senior Memorial. Anthony Sergi last year, if you ever want to check the highlights out on that one, that was an incredible finish with him and Jesse Dutilli. I know Dylan Bigley's looking for a big win here tonight, but they've already got that date circled on their calendar later this year. How special would it be for the Bigley family if Dylan was able to take home the Bigley Memorial checkered flag later this year. But he's got his sights set on 2 50-lap features here tonight, and so far, so good for the driver out of Naples, Florida.
You have to think he knows who's behind him right now and who's going to be starting on his outside.
He's got Jason Lester, who does not have a whole lot of experience in super late model racing, but in a very, very brief time has already pieced together a pretty stout resume with some great results and some great finishes. And then you've got Boris Jurkovic, who is a legend, a former Winchester 400 winner, an All-American 400 winner as well. 6 career wins on the CRA Super Series. Driver that has moved down here to the state of Florida, making his home down here on the west coast of Florida. Wasn't just a few years back, 6 wins up at Berlin Raceway. A Midwest driver that's moved down here to the state of Florida. I think we're starting to see a lot of drivers over in the last couple of years that are leaving the Midwest or leaving up north, at least for part of the year, and are coming down here and seeing and realizing just how tough, just how competitive the Florida racing scene is, because we can race year-round down here. I mean, you think about it, for the super late models, the last couple of weeks was their first real break they've gotten all year. It's been week after week, track after track. They've been running a lot of big money races for these super late models, and I think that's why you're seeing such a great car count here tonight, is these super late model drivers finally got to catch their breath a little bit. And who are the winners out of this? We are, and all the fans are, because we've got a great field tonight, and we are ready to go back green.
See, the lights are off, pace car's off. We are ready to go back.
It'll be Dylan Bigley this time, the control car, leading the field back to the Black Sails Racing restart zone. He'll have the 1J of Jason Lester to his outside as the green flag waves once again here at 417 Southern Speedway. Bigley on the inside, trying to make it stick, coming out of turn number 2. Here comes Jurkovic in the number 53 to the inside. Boris on the move, up to second. Jason Lester fighting to the outside. Here comes Michael Goddard. Goddard on the inside of the 37. He just missed fast time earlier here tonight. He and Patrick Staropoli nearly broke the track record earlier here tonight in qualifying, and they are showing that they've got plenty of speed. And how about the number 27 car? There we go, contact there, the 61. I was just about to mention the 27 of Krucker, and around goes the 64 of Patrick Staropoli as well. But the worst of it is going to go to the 61 of Jordan Richardson. There, as you pan over here, you see the 64 Staropoli. Heavy damage there to the left rear of that car. Somebody definitely got into the back of him, as the 61 car still sits up there. Staropoli rolls away. And the SRQ Taxis caution is out once again here for our super late models, as things got jammed up pretty good down there in turns 1 and 2. The HTO replay center will show you. Watch the 37 of Goddard here and keep an eye on the number 1 of Jason Lester here as they go down in the corner. Kind of a chain reaction, accordion effect. The 27 and the 1 got together, but it was the 61 and the 64 making really heavy contact, as the 61 just sent it in there just a little too much. Fortunate for Staropoli, that could have been a lot worse. As we get ready, we'll check our next angle here with the HTO replay center. You keep an eye coming down here to 1 and 2, and around they go. So Richardson able to get refired and rolling again. Looks like he was able to keep it off of the outside wall as we are back live here again. So both cars able to continue on.
How about Jesse Dutilli barely avoiding that accident right in front of him?
Yeah, Dutilli did not particularly have a great start to this race. Did not have a very good pill draw. He did not benefit from that very much. And he got looked like he lost a couple positions on the initial start there. So he's been able to dodge several of these wrecks early on, keep the race car clean, as looks like the 64 of Staropoli and the 27 of Krucker are debating on who owns that 5th spot. As Staropoli set our fast time earlier, he just barely missed the track record. And you think about how hot and slick it was today. I mean, it got near 90. If it wasn't 90, it was probably like 89 down here today. And this track just baked in the sun all day. So a very, very slick racetrack. And Staropoli, imagine if they would have had that qualifying run earlier in the year, when it was a little bit darker out and a little bit cooler out.
How about the bumping going on right now between the 64 and the 27 under caution?
Well, I think Staropoli thought that spot was his, and from the way it looks like that he is dropping back, he is beginning to realize that he's going to have some work to do here, as he's going to drop to the tail end of the lead lap here.
He's going to go back there and join that 61 and 64, both involved to the rear.
Yep, so Richardson and Staropoli going to have some work to do. They still have 35 laps to go, so still plenty of time to go, only 15 laps in to this first 50-lap feature. Again, it's Dylan Bigley in the 28 car, your race leader. Boris Jurkovic in the number 53, your second place car. Michael Goddard on the move. Driver that started a little bit deeper in the field, started from the 8th spot. He's up to 3rd. Jason Lester, who started on the pole, still got it up there in the top 5. And Cody Crucker, they're the defending Pro Truck champion here at 417 Southern Speedway, up there in the top 5. Jesse Dutilli restart on the outside of row number 3. John Nutley doing a nice job. He'll restart in the 7th spot. And Bigley elects the outside line. Going to be interesting, maybe doing a little bit of homework here, seeing maybe if the outside line is a little better for these restarts. But we're ready to go back here to the Black Sails Racing restart zone. Green flag back out, and Dylan Bigley, I'd say he did a nice job on that restart, as there goes the 27 car. Crucker is around as the rest of the field scatters to avoid the spinning 27 car. And again, the SRQ Taxes caution is coming out, as Crucker, the defending Pro Truck champ here, moving up into the super late model ranks here this year, running right there in the top 5, had trouble going down into turns 1 and 2. And Crucker looks like he may, we'll check to see here if he had a little help in this one, or if he had a little help from his friends. So Crucker looks like he is trying to get back up to somebody.
He's on a mission.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. He is trying to find where he was there. Who's the guilty culprit? Who's going to get the finger of shame?
I don't know if Cody's fingers can even stick out the window. He's so small.
All right, we're going to check the HTO replay center again here. Keep an eye on that black number 27 car there on the inside of the white number 30, as they're going to head down here into turns 1 and 2. And I don't think he should have anybody to be too upset with. Looked like just a little bit of wheel hop coming down into the corner, and just could not get the right rear tires to lock up like he needed to, and around he went. So pretty harmless there, and Crucker's going to have to head back to the tail end of the line here, and he'll have some work to do.
They said that 27, actually, there was track conditions. There was dirt on the bottom of the racetrack.
Okay, so the 27 car, because the race officials are declaring track conditions and issues down there on the bottom of the racetrack, like there was some dirt and dust that had been kicked up. Because of that, the officials making the decision, the 27 is going to get his spot back. So again, the HTO replay center will take another look at it down there into turns 1 and 2. And there you see, just gets right there to the bottom of the racetrack, and he just can't quite hold on to it. Tried to chase it up the hill just a little bit there. John Nutley, what a great job by the veteran short tracker from the Midwest. Doing a great job to avoid the 27 there. John Nutley doing a great job. John's got a lot of fans, not only down here in Florida, but all over the Midwest that are tuning in. For some of our Florida fans that maybe aren't quite as familiar with John, John's a Crestwood, Illinois native. You want to talk about some throwing it back here. He was a sportsman champion back in 1989, a super late model champion in 2004, and then in the limited late model ranks in 2008 and 2009, he won back-to-back championships up there at, I hope I'm saying it right, is Ileana Speedway. John Nutley in the number 96 car, he did a great job under that on that last caution there to avoid the number 27 car. So John calls Florida home now, and 417 Southern Speedway is his new home track, and still trying to get it dialed in down here. He's had a couple of good runs, but would love to get some good finishes. He's got a chance to chase after 2 trophies here tonight.
You see, we're missing a car out here, right?
Yeah.
That white 37.
Yeah.
Michael Goddard in that FLF machine. Where did he go?
Goddard has gone back behind the wall, and I'm checking to see. I think I see back where they were parked back there. I don't see a whole lot going on. Looks like a couple of the crew members are looking things over. He's parked back there. He's back over off of turn number 2, kind of right as you're coming out of the corner there. But they're continuing to clean things up. Down in turn number 3, looks like there's some more debris on the racetrack there as well. So they're just doing a overall, they're checking everything around the racetrack, and they're getting word now from the race officials that it may have been Goddard that was putting down some gear fluid potentially down on the speedway, and that might have been what caused the 27 car to go around there in turns 1 and 2. So again, now hearing from the race director there that if it's in fact some fluid getting put down from another car, that doesn't have anything to do with the racetrack itself. So it looks as though the 27, while he has that spot right now, or he's thinking he has that spot, the 27 car we're hearing should be dropping back to the rear here once we get going again.
35 laps to go in this first 50-lap feature event. Going through some comments here. We got people still tuning in, cheering on their drivers from up north. Boris and John. Miss Robbins cheering on Jesse Dutilli. Mike's cheering on the 53. They're questioning track conditions. They're wanting to know why the 27 didn't go to the rear. Well, we're hearing now I think the 27 will be going to the rear. Little bit of information on Nutley. Started racing hobby stocks in 1978 at Raceway Park.
So there you see the 27 car. Cody Crucker dropping back to the rear of the field now. So Crucker, he jumped in front of the number 1 car there, but I believe Brian Dorr is going to say, excuse me, pardon me, coming through. That's my spot.
We have Miss Robin watching from Australia. We have them cheering on Jesse. Go Dutilli. Love the broadcast. Waiting now for these drivers to get in line so we can get back racing. Go
and
Boris
right here
and
on
John.
the front stretch, hate to cut you off there, but the black flag has been displayed to the 27 car. He was not listening to the race officials and dropping back there, so now he is. I think he got the message loud and clear now. We'll see if they'll continue to score him or if he'll be able to stay on track or not, but we'll see if they're going to let him stay out there or not. But he was told multiple times to drop to the rear of the field and did not. All these drivers do run a race receiver, so they can hear the race official and the race director right there, through their headphones, through their radio. And I believe they were pretty clear with him that he needed to drop to the rear. But it looks as though he has finally gotten the message. And it looks as though that, they told him many, many times, and he did not adhere to it. So the black flag is being displayed. And again, he's going to remain on the racetrack, but I do believe he will stop. They'll stop scoring him if they don't get him off the racetrack here.
We got some fans. One of our buddies, Tom, one of our regulars, watching from Slinger, Wisconsin. Tim Dodson, amazing content. Hello from Michigan. Almost warm enough to start racing soon.
Almost.
Miss Stephanie Howell is on. Want to know what lap we're on? We have 35 to go of our first 50 lapper.
So there goes the 27 car. He makes the hard right turn back into the pit area. So it looks like his night will be done here for our first feature. Yeah, we got a long way to go here, and I know they're gonna probably, they had talked earlier tonight about possibly having an autograph session before this race, but we had mentioned it earlier in the broadcast, an 11 p.m. curfew here at 417 Southern Speedway. The final feature of the night has to begin before 11 p.m. They'll let it go a little bit further past that, but if you don't get that last race started, it unfortunately would cut the race program short. We want to make sure that everybody gets a chance to get all of their features run. So we're getting ready to get back to it here. Lights are out on the pace car. It'll be Dylan Bigley and Boris Jurkovic again on the front row. Bigley is going to elect the outside line. Worked really well for him that last time. So looking to try to have the same repeat effect here as they're here in the Black Sails Racing restart zone. Green flag is back out. Down they go into turns 1 and 2 and back onto the backstretch into 3 and 4. Jesse Dutilli up into the third spot. Gets around the number 1 of Jason Lester. They're side by side for 5th. John Nutley and the 15 of Sean LeMaster, as a couple of cars at the tail end of the field look like they got stacked up a little bit, but we're still clean and green. As you see there, a little bit of smoke here on the front stretch from a couple of cars locking the brakes up a little bit at the tail end of the field. But Dylan Bigley showing the race lead right now, and a great battle back there for the 5th spot between Nutley on the inside. Now he's going to get there. Contact with the 15 of LeMaster. LeMaster goes up the racetrack but hangs on to it, and we stay green. Nutley got big time loose there and pushed up the racetrack midway through the corner. He's going to lose several spots as Wayne Anderson in the 84 car gets back around him. Jason Lester there in the 1J continues to run up into the top 5, currently running in 4th. Dylan Bigley showing the way so far. Here they come out of turn number 4. Dylan Bigley, your race leader. Jurkovic in the number 53 running in 2nd. Jesse Dutilli up into the 3rd spot. Carbone Motorsports entry runs in 3rd behind our race leaders. There you see Bigley and Jurkovic coming by the start-finish line here. Less than 30 laps to go now in this one, 29 remaining, as Wayne Anderson now starting to stalk the 1J of Jason Lester. And that's the battle for the 4th spot. Anderson's got the 5th spot. Lester's got it, and Anderson wants it. Anderson was involved in an earlier incident with the 51 of Michael Atwell and the number 10 of Steve Dorr, who looks like both their nights might be over. But Anderson charges on. He's got his car solidly up here into the top 5. Anderson up the racetrack that time, coming down into turns 1 and 2 there. Turn number 1, he slid it up the racetrack quite a bit. Couldn't get the car to stick. Able to gather it back up here, and he might have gotten into the front stretch, car into the front stretch wall here. And it looks like one of the cars is going to be able to make their way back to the pit area. I believe that was the 22 car of King. As the field now really starting to spread out, we had several cars that had a mishap when we were early on the restart, so that's why the race cars are really spread out, and already Dylan Bigley is going to have to work through some lap traffic. He's got the number 11 car right in front of him. Weaver able to get out of the way. That'll allow the race leaders to get through. David Weaver doing a nice job. Right in front of him, though, going to be the number 21 of Brandon Anderson. That'll be the next car that Bigley has to get through, and we'll be curious to see how does Dylan Bigley navigate this lap traffic. Savvy veteran in Boris Jurkovic right behind him. Knows a thing or two about navigating lap traffic. We'll see if Bigley is able to get through the traffic like he needs to, or if that 53 can take advantage and gain on the race leader. Another battle to keep an eye on that's heating up is the third place battle. Jesse Dutilli and the 1J of Jason Lester. Here we go down into turns 1 and 2. Lester now within a car length of the 30 of Dutilli, as Dutilli tries to open up the advantage a little bit there down the back straightaway. They've opened up their gap back to Wayne Anderson quite a bit, so a good battle going on right here between Lester and Dutilli. Bigley's out in front by a little bit less than a second, and they've got over a 3-second gap back to the third-place car of Jesse Dutilli. So a good two-car battle up front with less than 20 laps to go in this one. There's 19 to go for Dylan Bigley. Bigley that last time by just under a second, 0.916 the difference between first and second place. So there's Naples, Florida's Dylan Bigley, your race leader now, as he'll come by the stripe here and put 17 laps to go on the scoreboard. Remember, still one more 50-lap feature still to go, so there will be an opportunity for you to bring home 2 trophies here tonight, as Dylan Bigley is doing a great job. They've spent a lot of time running down here at 417 Southern Speedway, and they have really got this race car dialed in, as he's been the only super late model to go to victory lane so far this year here at this speedway. Looking to make it 3 in a row to start the year. Could be 4 in a row if he's able to sweep both races here tonight. So Jurkovic has actually closed in on Bigley ever so slightly. He's shortened the gap to 0.748 seconds. You've got to imagine, though, with Dylan Bigley, third-generation driver, he's probably got it coming over through the spotter and over the radio. You know, take care of your tires. Remember, these drivers are not able to. Car look like it might be blowing up, or we've got a car with damage. The 61 of Richardson, and the caution is coming out. So they're going to keep an eye on the 61 here of Jordan Richardson and figure out what is wrong with the 61 machine. And Bigley was having a great run there, but it looked like the 53, once they had gotten through some of the lap traffic, they were closing in just a little bit, and this caution is going to definitely bring things closer. Damage to the right front of the 61 machine. Lots of tire smoke there. Looks like he definitely put the outside of that car, the right side of the car definitely looked like it backed it off the outside retaining wall, as he's got damage, and he takes it back to the pit area. So there's going to be less than 15 laps to go once we restart this race. Is this a good caution for Dylan Bigley? Is it a bad caution for Dylan Bigley? Or is this exactly what Boris Jurkovic was looking for? A chance to have an opportunity to restart side by side with race leader Dylan Bigley. And for Jesse Dutilli, who had lost track of the leaders, this will get him right back up there. He was over 3 seconds back of the race leader. And now he'll have a chance to restart right behind them with less than 15 to go. So it'll be a little shootout coming up here. Again, thanks to all of our great fans and supporters of Sunshine State Racing. Remember, you can purchase the stars on the, if you're watching on the live feed there, if you pull up the icon there where the like and share button is down there. You see that gold star on there. Any kind of donation, we would appreciate it. All the money that we're taking in on any kind of our sponsorship or donation is going right back into the broadcast here, our free broadcast, mind you, to try to up our equipment and get you guys the best racing coverage that we possibly can. So pace car is off the racetrack. We're headed back to the Black Sails Racing restart zone. They're going to wave off the start here, it looks like. And they are going like it's green, but caution lights never came off of the racetrack, so I think they may have gotten a little bit of a jump there as the caution lights remained on the racetrack. Yes, a little bit of a miscommunication there. It looks like the flagman told the field to double up and get double file, and I think the field took that as we're going green. So they'll stack them back up again. And now they get the one-to-go signal. So Bigley's look pretty strong here on the outside so far in these restarts, and I think the key, what they're wanting to do is, if you get a good enough run coming into the corner, kind of have these staggered restarts here, you're hoping that you're able to get clear once you get to the outside wall, once you get here to the front stretch, and then you can dive to the bottom of the racetrack. I think that's exactly what Bigley's going to try to do here. Green flag back out here in the Black Sails Racing restart zone, as it looks like Bigley can't quite get Jurkovic cleared. He's going to try him down here into 3 and 4. Jurkovic on the bottom of the racetrack, but it's going to be Bigley on the outside. Can he clear the 53? Yes, he can. Down into turns 1 and 2. Dylan Bigley back to the race lead, but not for long. Jurkovic again on the move. Tries to stick a nose down to the inside. They touch. Up the racetrack goes the 28 of Bigley. It's Jurkovic to the inside. Side by side for the race lead here at 4:17. Jurkovic, the veteran short tracker from the Midwest, down here in the state of Florida, running here against third-generation driver Dylan Bigley out of Naples, Florida, trying to make it work there on the outside line. He has got it. Great run that time off of turn number 4, and he's able to retake the race lead. 11 laps to go in this one. They'll hit the stripe this time by. There'll be 10 laps to go as they work their way through turns 3 and 4. Dutilli currently running in third. Wayne Anderson to fourth. Jason Lester now under fire for the 5th spot. Here comes John Nutley. John Nutley on the move in the 96 car, trying to crack the top 5. Another veteran short tracker from the Midwest that calls Florida home, working on the number 1J of Jason Lester, but the battle for the race lead is far from over. Nutley's got 5th, but we check the battle up front. Dylan Bigley not out of the woods just yet. Jurkovic amping up the pressure here in the late going of this race as we're inside of 10 laps to go. There's 8 to go, and only a car length separating our first and second place cars as they work through turns 3 and 4. Both drivers running a similar line there as we now check in on the battle for third. Jesse Dutilli and Wayne Anderson. Anderson right on the back bumper of the Carbone Dutilli Motorsports number 30 of Dutilli, and Dutilli looks like that car pushing up the racetrack ever so slightly out of turn number 4, which is going to open up the inside lane for the veteran Anderson if he can take advantage of it. But these drivers are running out of time as this time by. There'll be 5 laps to go. Anderson stalks the 30 of Dutilli as Nutley got awfully close to the outside wall that time, coming by our speed shot here just past the start-finish line, as Dylan Bigley up front trying to make it 3 wins in a row to start the 2021 season here at 417 Southern Speedway. He's opening up his gap to about a car length and a half over the 53 of Boris Jurkovic. Jurkovic trying to make a late race charge, and a car up against the outside wall, and the yellow flag is coming out. Sean LeMaster in the number 15 car brings out the SRQ Taxes caution, and just when you thought this one was over, the yellow flag is out. Dylan Bigley had set sail and was just 3 laps away from taking home the checkered flag, and this is going to change everything. The HTO Replay Center showing us what happened here to LeMaster, and you see something goes awry on the car midway through the corner, and he just parks it up there on the outside as he came by the front stretch here, and that's not a very smart place to be there. That's kind of dangerous coming out of the corner there, so that's why the yellow flag is out. So there you see live working to get Sean, try to get him pushed back to the pit area. I don't know if something broke on the race car, but they're checking things out around the front suspension of the car. So the 15 of LeMaster, they have taken the hood off, and Sean has climbed from the race car, so this looks like this might be the end of the night for him. So it looks as though on the scoreboard we're still going to have 3 laps to go once we go back to green. One lap longer than a traditional, just, regular green, white checkered finish. So we will see how this one's going to sort out. Is it going to be the third-generation driver from Naples, Florida, Dylan Bigley? Is it going to be the veteran Midwest short tracker, Boris Jurkovic? Or could it be another one of the hot shoes down here from the state of Florida, Jesse Dutilli, who runs in third, ahead of the number 84 here of Wayne Anderson? So we're going to do, while they're cleaning things up here on the front stretch, we're going to step aside here for just a moment and be back here in just a second here for the conclusion of our first Super Late Model Twin 50 from our friends at Danos Seasonings.
Reach for a bottle of that Danos, the flavor everybody's talking about. You don't know till you Dano. Low sodium and all natural, packed full of real flavor and real herbs and spices. Yum, yum, get you some. Danosseasoning.com.
Back here live at 417 Southern Speedway, live here on Sunshine State Racing. Shout out to our friends at Race Day Safety. Great comment here. This is a first-class broadcast from the announcers to the video to the replays. Great job to all. Thank you, and we appreciate our friends at Race Day Safety and all of our great supporters here. So we're just about set and ready to go back racing here. 3 laps to go, a little bit longer than a green-white checkered finish, but it's going to be Dylan Bigley on the outside, Boris Jurkovic on the inside, Jesse Dutilli in row number 2, as well as the 84 of Wayne Anderson. Bigley, a little bit of trouble on that last restart. Took him a couple of laps to get around the 53 of Jurkovic. Who's it going to be? Twin 50 feature number 1 getting ready to conclude. Bigley, not as good of a start this time, but he rockets around the 53 of Jurkovic as they come out of turn number 4. Can he get clear of the 53? Yes, he can. Big time wiggle there for the 53. And now that's going to open the door for the 84 of Anderson and the 30 of Dutilli. Here they come to the line, just 2 laps to go. Dutilli trying to get on the inside of Anderson to hold on to that 3rd spot, but up front, it's the driver from Naples, Florida, Dylan Bigley with the race lead as they head to the white flag, the Danos Seasonings final lap. Dylan Bigley 1 lap away from victory here tonight at 417 Southern Speedway. They're side by side behind him for the 3rd spot, but up front, here he comes out of turn number 4, Naples, Florida. Dylan Bigley wins Twin 50 race number 1 for the Super Late Models, and he holds off the 53 of Boris Jurkovic. And a great battle for the 3rd spot, Jesse Dutilli by a nose at the line over the 84 of Wayne Anderson, and it'll be Jason Lester in the 1J rounding out your top 5. Now here's where things are going to get interesting. You're going to have your winning cars headed down to victory lane, but everybody is going to get a 15-minute break to work on their race cars, but all you're allowed to do tire-wise is to swap the tires. You can't change them, you can't put new tires on, but you can take the right side tires, throw them over on the left side tires over there on the right. So this is going to be interesting to see what the crews are able to do as we get ready to reset here for another 50-lap feature for the Super Late Models. As we've got some of the cars parking here onto the front stretch here, we're going to head down to the CCK Financial Group victory lane. Win number 3 on this young 2021 season already for 3rd-generation driver Dylan Bigley. As he's going to get ready to climb out, we're going to turn it over to the track announcer here at 417 Southern Speedway, racing Jason Beckner, and he's going to speak with your winner, Dylan Bigley, who will get ready to climb out of his number 28 car down here on the front stretch.
Check, check. Down here on the front straightaway right now, talking to the race leader, the 28, Dylan Bigley. Man, you have had a very, very good car, but where's Jurkovic, this Northern, this Yankee coming down here knocking on your back door, man?
Yeah, no, he's a class act. We got into it a little bit, but I mean, we're all fun and games. Probably after this, we're going to go back there and probably have a beer together after the race. But no, I got to just thank these guys. We've had a great car here. I probably would have said that earlier in the day. We were terrible, and we didn't change anything from the last 2 times that we won. So we put it right back to where it was and went out there and didn't qualify the greatest, but this thing doesn't slow down. So, but just got to thank the guys. Just everybody that puts time into this thing. My mom, my dad, my girlfriend, my fiance, brother. There's just so many people, I can't name them all. Got to thank these fans. Hopefully we can put another 50 laps together and put on a show coming to the front.
Always good to see you guys. I'll let you get over here with the beer and let you guys do the work on the car.
Yeah, thank you.
Dylan Bigley, everybody taking the win right here. First 50 lappers at the 417 Southern Speedway.